Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Geiger, and up here today, guys, I've got 6 TV shows that I would love to see come to a streaming service here in the UK. Now, I just want to start off by saying that I think most of these that I've talked about do have DVD and Blu-ray releases, but some of them are they're either not complete or they're hard to find or they're exclusive to certain countries import, so it's not your sort of thing that I can just walk into CEX or CEX or HMV and buy. I'd have to do a bit of digging around to buy them, with the exception of a few of them do have TV Blu-ray and DVD releases, and if they do, obviously I'd pick them up. But yeah, so I've got 6 TV shows. Technically, there's a few of them that are more than one show, but they're all part of the same universe, essentially. So we're going to start off with Takeshi's Castle / MXC. So Takeshi's Castle was awesome as a kid. I used to watch it. It used to be on like Challenge and stuff, and it was a batshit insane Japanese game show. I think it's based on the same TV show called Takeshi's Castle. It might go under a different name in Japan. It starred I don't think it was Beat Takeshi, but it was one of Takeshi Miike. I don't know. It starred one of the Takeshi people as the general. And obviously the Japanese version was its own thing, but then it came to the UK, and it was basically they'd show the actual footage from the Japanese show, but then it would have Craig Charles doing the voiceover for it, and I believe they did change to another voiceover later on. And it was just so bonkers. They would do these ridiculous challenges, like have to like jump over these stepping stones, and the injuries, man, if you gave them fall and whack their chins and stuff, and it looked painful, man. I ain't gonna lie, it looked painful. Japanese game shows are batshit crazy. If you haven't watched Takeshi's Castle, watch Takeshi's Castle and then watch something like, I don't know, the closest thing we have in the UK and the worldwide was Wipeout. They're quite similar, but watch the two things and just compare which one's more insane. America did get a show called MXC, which again was basically Takeshi's Castle, but they would do their own voiceovers and actually show stuff that wasn't in the British version, like behind the scenes stuff and the characters interacting with each other, and they'd have voiceovers and dubbing. Kind of reminds me of those old, kung fu movies when they'd have the horrible dubbing. I believe MXC did get released on DVD in the US, and I believe maybe some other countries, but it's ridiculously out of print. I mean, the last one that I seen on Amazon was going for like 200, 300, 400 pounds. It's ridiculous. I would never pay that much for a single DVD. For all I know is you can watch some Takeshi's Castle on if you've got a Virgin and maybe I think Sky as well, and Now TV, but it's the Comedy Central version of Takeshi's Castle where they rebooted it, and they rebooted it with I want to say Dick and Dom. I know Dick and Dom did the reboot, and then maybe they changed it, but I want to see Takeshi's Castle on an actual streaming service. I think if it's on Comedy Central, maybe they could add that to a streaming service, but someone out there needs to get Takeshi's Castle on a streaming service. I know you can probably find the episodes online and that, but either a streaming service or bring it out on Blu-ray and DVD, guys. Why not? I mean, that was such a fun show. Same thing goes with MXC. They were very similar, basically the same show using the same footage, but each one had its own sort of twist on it, if you will. I used to love watching those. They used to be on Challenge years ago, but we don't have that anymore. Why? I've said this and I'll say it again. Game show streaming service. Do it. An actual streaming service just dedicated to game shows from all over the world in one dedicated streaming service. I know the rights and stuff would be a pain in the ass to get down, but come on. Someone's got to do it, right? Next up is Ed, Edd n Eddy. Now, I know this has just had it came out on DVD, the complete series on DVD, and I say complete because I looked at the reviews and apparently it was missing some episodes and actually missing the final episode, which was the movie as well. So it's not a complete series, but it is the closest thing we're ever going to get at the moment to the complete series. However, it is a US exclusive at the moment. I can buy it on Amazon, but they're charging like £68 for it or something along those lines, 60 to 80 quid on Amazon and eBay. I love Ed and Eddie. I love that show, but honestly, if I had the money, I probably would buy it, but knowing it's not complete just pisses me off. I believe it was actually on HBO Max, but we don't have that in the UK. We have Now TV, but I don't even think it's on Now TV either, and I wouldn't subscribe to Now TV just for Ed and Eddie. Someone needs to get the rights to Ed and Eddie. I don't know. Obviously, Cartoon Network is obviously owned by Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers owned HBO, so obviously either that or just bring HBO Max to the UK. Fuck the contract with Sky, just buy it out. You've got the money, buy the contract with Sky and just go, you know what, we're going to release HBO Max in the UK and get rid of Now TV, because that actually is terrible. Don't subscribe to Now TV. If you've got a Sky or Virgin box, Now TV is just not worth the money and it's a pain in the arse to cancel. But I'd love to just see Ed and Eddie get put onto a streaming service here in the UK, you know, until I do get the Blu-ray, the DVD, sorry. Up next is kind of a mismatch of both of them, Super Sentai and Power Rangers. Now, Power Rangers do have a couple of seasons on Netflix. I believe they have the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, or just Power Rangers as it was known. And then I think it has one of the Dino Thunder Fury, one of the newer Dino Thunder ones. I want to say Ninja Steel and another one, which I believe were actually made for Netflix anyway. But did you know Power Rangers has had over 30, nearly 30 different versions, and Super Sentai has had 46 different versions. I know technically they're classed as seasons. Each season, if you will, is a different version of the show, and I don't think they connect other than the characters sometimes come back. I don't think you need to watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to know what's happening in the newest Power Rangers show, for example. But I did find a website online called Toku Fun, which has a bunch of the Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Toku, I think it's called Tokusatsu, or something like that. The Toku shows, you know, people in suits fighting rubber monsters and that sort of stuff. Both of these shows do have DVD releases and Blu-ray, but again, you have to hunt for them. Some of them are complete series, some of them are volumes. It's not your just basic, you know, you can't buy an all-in-one box, for example. Super Sentai as well, when I looked on Toku Fun, it doesn't actually have an app. It does have an app, an APK app, but unfortunately, when I looked, it didn't have everything that was on the website. Now, you can buy premium, but it's only on a website, and it's, you know, it's not an official app. So maybe they maybe need to do an actual app dedicated to like Toku type things. Maybe the people who have Toku Fun can reach out and maybe get an actual company releasing stuff. Again, it's hard because obviously, especially Power Rangers had so many different distributors. Obviously, Netflix has the rights to some of the new ones, and they obviously Fox as well. So I don't see why Disney can't put the ones that are originally on Fox on. It used to be on Fox Kids back in the day and Disney XD, so I don't see why Disney Plus doesn't get those Power Rangers shows on Disney Plus. I know Paramount as well have the rights to some of them as well, so Paramount, you know, even if it means just putting the ones that you have the rights to on your dedicated streaming service, and then if we can have all 30 seasons of the different Power Rangers shows on a streaming service. As for Super Sentai, again, 46 seasons, each one is its own thing again, and don't even get me started on which one to go, how it goes in order. I know Go Ranger was the first one, but when I looked on Toku Fun, I couldn't see that series. They had maybe like 30 or 40 different ones, so they were missing a few. And I know it's hard to get these things because it's hard to get the rights. The only thing I seen was Zoolander, which was released by Shout Factory. When I looked it up online, it said Shout Factory TV Amazon Prime channel has Zoolander, but then when I went on the Amazon Prime app and went on to Zoolander and Shout TV, it weren't on there. So I don't know, man. Someone out there needs to do an app or put these on the streaming services. Power Rangers probably be a bit easier. You know, let me know if there's an app or something that has all of these or something like that. I don't know, but I would love to see these get an actual put on there. Up next is Robot Wars. Speaking of Craig Charles, Robot Wars. I do have a Blu-ray of, I think it's the 2017 or 18 tournament. I know it's not as popular now. I believe Netflix did have BattleBots, I think season 1 and 2, but that had 5 seasons. Netflix, come on, man. BattleBots season 3, 4, and 5. Put it on your fucking, get the rights to it. Put it on there. You know, I heard that somewhere that originally it was meant to be on Discovery Plus, but it never got put on there. BattleBots is essentially the American version of Robot Wars, but I'd love to see Robot Wars get put on a streaming service. A part of me thought it might have been like on BBC iPlayer or something, but it wasn't. Like I said, they've released a couple of DVDs and Blu-rays, but I'd love to just see the original Robot Wars, like the original series, the newer series, all on one streaming service, you know. Again, I don't know who distributed here in the UK. I want to say it was BBC, but I could be wrong. I used to love that. Well, who doesn't love watching these remote control robots that people have made with fucking flamethrowers and bloody giant blades and fucking all of this crazy stuff, you know? Stuff that could actually kill you. Yeah, I'm not joking. If you've watched 1,000 Ways to Die, someone actually got killed by their own robot they created. Pretty grim stuff, right? But yeah, watching these robots smash into each other and blow up and go crazy. Who doesn't love that, man? It's like fucking the pro wrestling of robots, you know what I mean? Up next, Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo has had, much like Power Rangers, has had so many different versions, like Tom and Jerry. Each one is its own thing, again, like Tom and Jerry, like Power Rangers. But, you know, I've not seen any streaming service in the UK has actually any Scooby-Doo. I know you can get it on like Catch Up and stuff like that, and things like that, but other than the movie, no Scooby-Doo, man. You know, I know they've had DVD releases and in some cases Blu-ray releases, but some of those DVDs and Blu-rays aren't complete. Like, I actually figured out, you know, I did have the Scooby-Doo Where Are You, the original Scooby-Doo Where Are You DVD set, which I actually sold. But actually seeing that it was only series 1 and 2, but then they actually do have a Blu-ray release for it as well. You know, so there's Scooby-Doo Where Are You, What's New Scooby-Doo, all the Scooby-Doo movies as well. There's tons of movies. I've got a few of them downstairs. And I'm not talking about the live-action movies, although I do have a soft spot for the first live-action movie with Matthew Lillard and, you know, Michelle Gellar, Sarah Michelle Gellar from Buffy. I have a soft spot for that movie. It's cringy by today's standards, but for the time it was awesome. I love it. You know, so why is Scooby-Doo not on a streaming service? I don't know who. Again, I know it was part of Boomerang, part of Cartoon Network. I know it's on HBO Max for you guys in the US. We don't have that. Come on. Bring us some Scooby-Doo. I never watched Scooby-Doo growing up, but I want to watch it because it's a show that a lot of people say it's one of the all-time classics. That's what I mean. The stuff that I missed out on in my childhood, I'm now watching as an adult. What's wrong with that? You know, what's wrong with that? Same with Power Rangers. I never watched it growing up other than the occasional episode. But I've got an appreciation for giant robots and mecha Godzilla-like fucking creatures. Why not? And last but not least is King of the Hill. How is King of the Hill not on Disney Plus right now? I did see something not long ago saying that it could possibly come in because someone seen like some adverts for it in Disney Plus or something like that. I don't know. But King of the Hill, it originally was on Netflix years ago. I remember it was on Netflix years ago, and I don't know if it was the US Netflix and I had a VPN, or if it was on the English Netflix. But Fox owned by Disney. They put Simpsons on Disney Plus. They put Futurama on there. They put Bob's Burgers, Family Guy, American Dad, Cleveland Show. They have an adult animation section. You know, why not King of the Hill? I know it has had DVD release. I did have some DVDs originally, but I got rid of them with the expectation that they are going to come out on Disney Plus soon. But it's still not happened yet. So come on, King of the Hill, man. I watched a few. I think I watched a few episodes years ago when it was on Netflix, and I thought it was pretty fun. So yeah. So there we go, guys. There are 6 TV shows that I would like to see come to a streaming service in the UK. Like I said, some of these have Blu-ray and DVD releases, and if they do, and if I see them or if I buy them, then I don't have to worry too much. But like I said, as much as I like having a physical version, and if I buy the physical version, then that's great. I can watch it whenever I want. But if it's on a streaming service, I can, you know, I have the ability to, you know, watch it whenever I want. I can watch it on my phone. If I'm on holiday, I can watch it on my phone. If I'm at my dad's or something, you know, I can watch it on their TV. I don't have to worry about bringing a DVD player with me or whatever, you know. So, but there we go, guys. 6 TV series that I would like to see get put on a streaming service. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a like, and of course comment below. Let me know what TV series you want on a streaming service in the UK. And if any of these shows that I have mentioned do have a way to watch them, let me know the way to watch them. Like I said, I know some of them have had Power Rangers has got some episodes online, and I know Takeshi Castle does have some on Virgin, but I'm talking from start to finish, you know, complete series, you know. And as always, guys, subscribe if you haven't already and join the family. I'm going to watch The Last Austin Powers tonight on Blu-ray. I'll be honest with you, I thought the second one definitely is still my favourite. I'm not going to watch the special features this time around. I'm just going to focus on watching movies first. And then when I go back through the collection, I'll check out the special features, just because, you know, I've got the set. I don't need any rush. Gonna play some more PS1 tonight. I played a bit of Revolt this morning. I might do a video talking about some RC car games. Yeah, let me know if you guys want to see that. And tonight I'm going to actually try out the Rugrats Search for Reptar game. I actually had that game as a kid and I loved it. Is it going to be still as playable as an adult? We shall see. And then tonight I'm going to watch... and then tonight I'm also going to watch some more of the Mr. Bean animated show. And today I'm going to be checking out a couple of episodes of the show Haunting of Hill House, which is part of the Haunted series on Netflix. It's been on my watch list for a while, so I'm going to check out a couple of episodes of it and see if it's a show that I'm going to enjoy. Ironically, I haven't watched many horror TV shows, and there are a ton now. You know, there's more horror TV shows than there ever was. Other than American Horror Story, I haven't watched any of the horror TV shows, if you will. But anyway, guys, sorry about if you can see a bit of mess. It's just because we're going to try and get the cot up today. We reckon it's probably going to be sometime this week. Everyone's saying the weekend. I'm saying we got to go to the midwife tomorrow. I reckon they're going to send her into the hospital to get induced. That's my prediction. I'll keep you guys posted. And as always, have a nice day. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.